Hello, my name is Greg Landry and I'm the Director of Human Resources for North Andover Public Schools. I recently had the honor of organizing a very special live event at the high school that gave us an opportunity to come together to celebrate our teachers and staff. We highlighted the work of 29 teachers, adjustment counselors, speech and language pathologists, and nurses in their 4th year in the district. We also inducted one of North Andover's finest teachers into the school committee's Hall of Fame. What you are watching is a full-length video that captures our school principals sharing their impressions of their newer teachers who have earned PTS, professional teaching status, in the school district this year. You will also hear from our superintendent, who will share a bit about the background of what makes PTS special. Later in the video, he will also read his entry to the committee nominating Mary Gregoire to the Hall of Fame. Other special people will also share their sentiments about Mary. I hope you enjoy seeing and hearing from these hardworking and caring people in our district and community. Thank you all for what you do to support students, families, and staff. Big thanks go out to our friends at North Andover CAM for producing this wonderful and inclusive video. Now I would like to introduce Dr. Greg Gilligan, who will tell you a little more about professional teaching status and will lead into our first presenting principal.
Hello, I'm Dr. Greg Gilligan, Superintendent of Schools for the town of North Andover. And I would like to again congratulate 29 of our teachers, counselors, speech-language pathologists, and nurses for attaining professional teaching status in North Andover Public Schools. Back in 2018, they were hired through a rigorous process of initial screening, interviews, and demonstration lessons. To say that it has been a busy 3 years would be an understatement. This pandemic has certainly changed the lives of each and every one of us significantly. Believe me, as superintendent of schools and the dad of a North Andover Public Schools student, their efforts over this 3-year period have not gone unnoticed. It is impossible to express in words how much I admire and appreciate the professionalism, resilience, passion, strength, creativity, and dedication to our students and their families these teachers have exhibited. Now, in 2021, principals and building administrators have, through direct observation and consultation, determined that they have the knowledge, teaching skills, work habits, and commitment that are needed to successfully impact the academic achievement of all of our students. This is a significant decision, not only because we have made an investment in these teachers, but because they have made an investment with us. We also know that the quality of our teachers make the biggest impact on our main investment, the students in the North Andover Public Schools. So again, congratulations on earning professional teaching status. As the superintendent of schools, I am proud of each and every one of you and hope that you have a long and rewarding career here in North Andover.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Goddard, principal of the ABECC, and it's with pleasure that I congratulate our 16 members on their professional teaching status this year. The first person I'd like to recognize is Katherine Daly. Katherine came to us from a middle school setting, which is very different from her early childhood setting. She adjusted beautifully. Katherine is compassionate and understanding. She relates to the children at their age level. Katherine often visits the classrooms throughout the year to do health lessons, and she makes these lessons super engaging for the students. The changes and adjustments as we've worked through the COVID pandemic have been challenging, but Katherine is always willing to tackle any problem or issue we face. Small or large, her feathers are never ruffled, and she handles stress with ease and a great sense of humor to keep all of us calm. The ABECC is lucky to have Katherine as one of our fearless nurses.
Hi, my name is Katherine Judy, and I'm one of the nurses at the ABECC school. I attended Haverhill High School, and I graduated from the Catholic University of America. I'm so happy to be working here in North Andover, and what I really appreciate about working here is, I love the nursing colleagues that I have here. They have amazing clinical expertise, and we're all just so supportive of one another. And I love working with the staff over here at the ABECC. Again, everyone here is doing an amazing job, and I feel like everybody is very supportive of one another, and love the students here and the families that we interact with on a daily basis. We're having a great year over here so far. It has been challenging, especially in the nursing department with COVID, but As hard as it's been, I think it was something that brought everybody closer together in the end. Everyone's, again, having a great year, and I'd like to see it continue. Everyone have a happy and healthy new year.
Kathy Daly is a dedicated educator. As one of our speech and language pathologists, she cares deeply for her students. One of her colleagues noted, Kathy is wonderful at getting to know her students. She sees them a few times a week and yet picks up on so many subtleties that many might miss. Kathy's quiet and calm manner helps all students feel at ease when they work with her. She works closely with the families of her students to ensure that the students get what they need, and she's always willing to help classroom teachers in whatever way she can. Kathy is the most reliable team member. She is consistently on time for any duty, meeting, or responsibility she has. It is with pleasure that I recognize Kathy for her professional teaching status here in North Andover Public Schools.
Hi, my name is Katherine Daly, and I am the kindergarten speech language pathologist at the Ann Bradstreet Early Childhood Center. I went to undergrad and graduate school at Ithaca College. I was the speech language pathologist at the Bradstreet School in North Andover over 22 years ago. So I'm thrilled to be back in the welcoming North Andover community. I believe that every child has a voice, and it's my goal to help them achieve their individual goals with regards to communication. Thank you.
Nicole Abrams is a passionate educator who finds humor in all situations. She has a unique ability to recognize and love each child as an individual. Nicole works with a number of students each year, and she's able to get to know them personally in order to understand them better. As her colleague Mallory Mazzia shared, I have never seen a more resilient teacher. Nicole's love of her job, even on those really hard days, is very evident. It's clear Nicole has many tricks up her sleeve that she uses to reach students in a way that they find safe, respectful, and caring. Whether she's putting on her arm guards, creating visual schedules, or calling the buses, Nicole puts her heart and soul into everything she does. It is with pleasure that I recognize Nicole for her professional teaching status.
Hi, my name is Nicole Abrams. I am a special education teacher at the ABECC, the kindergarten. I'm a graduate of Lowell High School, UMass Amherst, and Northeastern University. What I love about working in North Andover is its inclusive settings that it provides for all students, and moreover, I love the staff that I work with in the building. I'm so glad that I've been able to earn my professional status here and look forward to many more years of my career.
Kelsey Garvey is the epitome of a teacher who differentiates for her students. She knows her students well and is willing to support them in whatever way she can. Kelsey is never afraid to challenge herself or her teaching. She's constantly finding new and innovative ways to keep her students engaged and participating. Her colleague Tom Beasley shared that Kelsey is dedicated to her students, creative in teaching her lessons, nurturing, caring, and supportive to all her students and fellow teachers. Kelsey always has a smile on her face. She loves to have fun with her students, and she can take a joke at her own expense. It is with pleasure that I congratulate Kelsey for her professional teaching status.
My name is Kelsey Garvey, and I'm one of the kindergarten teachers at the ABECC. I got my undergrad at Westfield State University in early childhood education and went on to get my master's in special education from Merrimack College. My goal for this year and every year is to provide a safe and nurturing environment that fosters my students' social-emotional growth along with their academic growth. And I think especially this year, trying to give the kids a little bit of a sense of normalcy and make sure that they have fun and fall in love with school.
Kristin Gazda is a kind, compassionate, and supportive teacher. She always has a listening ear for her students or coworkers. She loves her students for who they are and encourages each one to uniquely express him or herself. Kristin cares deeply about each student's well-being, and her focus on social-emotional learning and mindfulness are unmatched. Kristin's kindness is also seen in her respect for her colleagues. Ashley Norley shared, Kristin is generous with her resources and is a great role model for our whole community. Tina Marshall shared, Kristin is a very loving and kind person. She always says hello and asks how you are doing. Kristin has a true growth mindset and is always looking for ways to improve her craft. She often shares books or podcast ideas to help inspire others. We're lucky to have Kristin here as a member of the ABECC team. It's with pleasure that I congratulate Kristin for her professional teaching status.
Hi, my name is Kristin Gazda. I am a kindergarten teacher here at the Ann Bradstreet Early Childhood Center in North Andover. I've been teaching over 13 years and I hold a master's degree in pre-K through 2 with and without disabilities. I absolutely love teaching in North Andover Public Schools. When I first came to the district, I was so impressed with the administration, staff members, families, and of course fell in love with the children. It truly is such an inclusive, warm, and welcoming community, and I feel blessed working here. One of the main reasons when I had done my search to change districts that I was drawn to North Andover was the focus on social emotional learning. SEL and teaching SEL is such a huge part of who I am as a teacher that I wanted to find a district that had committed to supporting the growth of SEL in the classrooms and district-wide. I believe that North Andover's plan to prioritize SEL and continually improve and provide the support that we need to set the foundation in early childhood is second to none. And I am really proud to say that I am a teacher here in North Andover and also at the Ann Bradstreet Early Childhood Center. If you have ever visited the ABECC, it is just an incredible place to work. Going to school every Monday morning is a joy, and I of course think of that with the children, seeing the children's faces every week, but also the staff and administration that we work with here at the ABECC is just amazing. And again, that comes from the top down. So North Andover, hats off to you for being such an incredible district and providing an environment for teachers to really thrive and feel successful in their teaching.
Tiffany Ross is incredibly selfless and puts her whole heart into every student, whether they're on her caseload or not. As one of our special education teachers, she accepts students for who they are and knows exactly how to work with their strengths to help them succeed in the classroom. She keeps things fun and light even on those tough days. Tiffany makes herself available at all times for her students when necessary and is willing to find time during her jam-packed days for unscheduled time with them. As her colleague Ashley Norley shared, I'm so grateful to have Tiffany as a resource at every hour of the day, including at-home texting, and have learned so much from her. Tiffany is willing to give up whatever time she has to help solve problems and find solutions. She never forgets to check back in and reevaluate when needed. Whether she's supporting students, laughing a colleague through a difficult situation, or calling the buses, Tiffany is a team player. It is with pleasure that I congratulate Tiffany for her professional teaching status.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Ross, and I'm a kindergarten special education teacher at the ABECC. I went to school at Marist College, where I got my bachelor's degree, and I got my master's degree at Central Connecticut State University in Connecticut. My goal for this year and all of the years is to try and meet all the individual needs for my students at their independent levels and to help them become happy members of the community.
Hi, I'm Erin O'Loughlin, the principal of the Atkinson School. It is my honor to stand here to talk about 3 staff members who are earning professional teaching status. Each of these staff members are assets to the Atkinson School, and they are dedicated to the success of each student who they work with. I am grateful for each one of them, their devotion to Atkinson School, and their constant commitment to our All-Stars. The first person is Laura Rex. Laura is the math interventionist at Atkinson School this year. Over the past few years, Laura has been in multiple roles, including a special education teacher and an online learning academy special education teacher. Laura is a multifaceted educator who implements many skills and approaches with her students to teach various concepts. If you walk into Atkinson, you will never see Laura sitting still. She is constantly adjusting her schedule to not only work with small groups of students outside of the classroom, but to push into multiple classrooms each day to support the students during their in-class instruction. Laura is constantly educating herself to be sure that she is teaching with the newest educational techniques and tools. Laura values having relationships with her students. She takes the time to establish these relationships. Because of this, the Atkinson students whom she works with feel very comfortable, confident, and are willing to take a risk when working with Laura. Laura has also developed relationships with the Atkinson staff.
Hello, North Andover. My name is Laura Rex, and I'm the math interventionist at the Atkinson Elementary School. I'm a Wellesley College graduate, and I hold a master's degree in education from Lesley and a master's degree in special education from Merrimack. I'm also currently earning my Level 1 certification in the Wilson Reading System. I am truly proud to be part of the Atkinson community, and I can't say enough about our young learners. They come to math intervention groups eager and excited to raise their math game, and it's easy to work hard for them when they work so hard for me. I am surrounded by talented, dedicated teachers who give their all to their students, and over the past 3 years, it's been very easy to follow in their example. I'm fortunate to work with teachers who willingly collaborate and communicate, all in the best interest of our Atkinson learners. This is truly the best professional experience I've ever had. Finally, my goal for this year is to simply focus on what is possible in the present moment in order to bring out the best in my students and in myself. Thank you.
The second staff member is Liz Sinclair Fisher. Liz Sinclair Fisher is the library media specialist at both Atkinson School and the ABECC. Liz is a kind, intelligent teacher who cares immensely about her students. Liz works hard to incorporate diverse resources in her teaching so that all of our students in our populations are represented in the books that are read. It is also evident that Liz cares a lot about her colleagues. I, like many of our colleagues, feel comfortable going to Liz, especially with technology questions. Liz is amazing with technology. Over the past few years, she has been instrumental in our Read Across America Week and making it a success even when it had to be virtual last year. It always amazes me how Liz is able to differentiate her instruction to teach kindergarten through 5th grade. No matter what grade level Liz is teaching, she provides instruction with a calm and patient demeanor, which makes the students feel comfortable to learn and ask questions when they're with Liz. Liz is a special part of the Atkinson and ABEC staff. Dr. Goddard shared, Liz is always a team player. She's willing to step up and help whenever she can. She makes the library an engaging place for the kiddos. I've never seen students so excited about taking out library books. Liz is passionate about introducing authors and characters from many different backgrounds, and she has built the school library collection with this passion in mind. Congrats on PTS, Liz.
Hello, my name is Liz Sinclair Fisher, and I'm the Library Media Specialist at the ABECC and Atkinson Elementary School. My undergrad degree is actually from the University of South Florida in Tampa, Florida, and my master's degree I received from Emerson College. Going forward this year, I hope to continue to grow our library media program and work to integrate media and technology throughout the entire school day and curriculum, so it happens not just in the library classroom. We also work to provide text that provide windows and doors so students can see themselves in everything they do and read here at school.
The third Atkinson staff member is Ashley Tomich. Ashley is a 3rd grade teacher at Atkinson, and she presents as a teacher who has been teaching for many years. I'm always amazed at how cool, calm, and collected Ashley is in all situations. She's the veteran teacher on her team, and she has definitely risen to the challenge of the role. She's a true team player and mentor to others. Ashley dives into the curriculum and is a master at differentiating her instruction to meet the needs of all of her students. At the forefront of her teaching, she puts the social emotional needs of her students. Ashley ensures that there is a strong homeschool connection between the classroom and her students' families. During the past 2 challenging years, Ashley has been able to seamlessly provide her instruction virtually for students. Ashley makes learning fun for her students, and she's always looking to improve her teaching. She is adaptable, even in the toughest circumstances. Ashley is a supportive teammate and colleague, and is rising quickly as a leader and mentor for her peers. She's always willing to share. Staff, students, and their families are extremely fortunate to have Ashley at Atkinson School. I'm so grateful for everything Ashley does. She is extremely deserving of professional teaching status. Congratulations, Ashley.
Hi, my name is Ashley Tomich. I teach 3rd grade at the Atkinson School. I went to Merrimack College for my undergrad, and I did my master's degree at Lesley University. I actually student taught here at the Atkinson when I was a student at Merrimack College, and I just immediately loved the staff and student community here, and that's why I chose to work here in North Andover. Every single day coming to work, I'm inspired by both my students and the coworkers that I have. I learn something new every day, and I'm so excited to continue working here and help develop our students' social emotional learning and their academic growth.
Hi, I'm Joe Clark, principal of the Franklin Elementary School, and I'm here to celebrate 3 outstanding teachers who have earned professional status in this district. First is Lexie Hagberg, 4th grade teacher. I've known Lexie since she started at Endicott College as a freshman. Right from the get-go, I knew she had what it took to become a teacher. As she progressed through her career as an undergrad and then into her master's program, she wound up in another town. And fortunately for us, budget cuts there were our gain. We jumped at the chance to bring Lexie to become a part of our team, and she fit right in tremendously right away. Her positive attitude, her upbeat personality, and her student-centered focus is exactly what it takes to be successful here at Franklin. And Lexie is extremely successful. She works hard each and every day to bring excellent instruction to her students and focusing on their social emotional learning at the same time. It's amazing what she can do throughout all of the curriculum to make sure her students grow in every way that they possibly can. Lexie, I am incredibly proud of my freshman advisee, and congratulations on making professional status in North Andover.
Hi, I'm Alexis Hagberg. I'm a 4th grade teacher at Franklin School. I got my bachelor's and master's from Endicott College, and a goal I have for this year is to focus on the social, emotional needs of my students and hopefully bring some normalcy back into the school year and make them love coming to school again.
Up next is Mike Hodnett, 5th grade teacher. Mike came to us after serving our country in the military, and he often says to me, I'm your soldier, I'm your soldier. And it's true and true every day. Whether it's taking on leadership roles in the school, wearing the dragon costume, playing a knockout game of kickball, or just doing whatever it takes, Mike always says, I can do this all day. Mike puts a huge emphasis on teamwork and collaboration in his classroom. Every student feels welcomed, and every student feels like they can be themselves. One thing I think about when speaking about Mike is how this behemoth of a man starts sweating and stumbling over his words anytime I walk into the room to do an observation, which always goes well. Mike makes his classroom feel like a second home to these kids, and he does it with a smile and a strong instructional practice. Mike, thank you for serving our country, and thank you for serving the Franklin School. Congratulations on earning professional status.
I'm Mike Hodnett. I'm a 5th grade teacher at Franklin Elementary School. I have a BA from San Jose University and a Master's of Education in Revere University. It really is a marvel to be here in North Andover. And one of the goals that I have this year is to continue to grow as an educator, to make sure I have best practices and work with my colleagues and administrators to be the best that I can to help support the students of North Andover.
Up next is Caitlin Wood, 4th grade teacher. When Caitlin came to interview, she was so shy and reserved, she almost didn't make it out of the first round, but then blew us away in the demo round. After that, she came out of her shell, and she hasn't gone back in since, despite our best efforts. Now, she is leading the charge through meticulously organized classroom with yearly themes and presenting herself to her students in an authentic way. When Caitlin shows the students who she truly is, it allows them to feel safe to show who they truly are as learners and as community members. Caitlin works hard each and every day to make sure that her students progress not only academically, but socially. She creates a culture in her classroom that makes it warm, engaging, and productive. Caitlin, you are an asset to North Andover Public Schools, and I feel personally honored to have you earn professional status at the Franklin School.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Wood. I teach 4th grade at the Franklin School. I received my bachelor's from Westfield State University and my master's from Springfield College. What I really appreciate about the North Andover community is how welcoming everybody was when I started here. And I also appreciate how supportive everybody has been throughout my years here. Teachers, administration, from the students to the parents, all the way up to central office.
I'm Richard Cushing, principal of Kittredge Elementary School. And today we are going to talk a little bit about Mary Lacy, who has achieved professional teaching status. Mary has had a long relationship with Kittredge. She actually had 3 children that came through Kittredge as students. 2 have already graduated from college, and I hope we had a little bit to do with that here at Kittredge, and 1 who is now attending college. Mary has worked as a noon attendant, a teacher assistant, and finally, for the past 3 years, a grade 2 teacher. Besides her master's degree in elementary education, Mary has a bachelor's degree from Mass Maritime Academy. So I hope at this point in time she is not commandeered to pilot one of those cargo ships waiting for port entry. When it comes to her classroom, Mary conducts very well-planned lessons. She reviews important concepts, introduces new ideas, and maintains a classroom environment that is supportive to all students and lends itself to effective instruction. Her lessons are interesting, interactive, and engaging. The combination of visual, oral, and written activities allows an entry point for students with a variety of learning styles. Mary has worked in many extracurricular programs, including elementary robotics, and was key to the success we have had at the state level, finishing 1st and 3rd in regional competitions, as well as 5th in a state competition. This is evidence of her engineering background she acquired at Mass Maritime. Mary was instrumental in the formation of our service singing program that includes the grade 1-2 grapes, grade 3 raisinets, and grade 4-5 raisins. She has also worked with the district DIK2 program, that's Destination Imagination, as well as the Minecraft architecture class. She assists in the yearly production of the North Andover Elementary School's drama production of The Wizard of Oz. And I have to tell you a little bit of a nice story about Mary. She is always willing to come forth and help us with anything that we need to do here at the school. So one time I walked up to her and said, "Hey Mary, I've got this great idea for a program." And I know she wanted to run the other way, but she stayed and listened. And I said, "Listen, how about if we started a guitar club for kids?" And she looked at me and she goes, "You don't have me here, Mr. Cushing, because I don't play the guitar." I says, "You know, Mary, that's great, because the kids don't know either." And she actually ended up helping me with the guitar club. And we got her a lefty guitar because she's left-handed. And Mary is doing a great job learning her basic chords. Again, Mary has become an intricate cog in the success of Kittredge, as well as a dear friend of mine and my family. Oh yes, Mary has also been a great source of volunteers. All of her children, as well as her husband, have lent a helping hand to Kittredge. Thank you very much, Mary.
Hi, I'm Mary Lacy. I'm a grade 2 teacher at Kittredge Elementary School in North Andover. I have actually been working in the North Andover Public School system since 2004. I originally got my bachelor's degree from the Mass Maritime Academy. And in 2004, when my children were little, I started working at the original Brad Street Elementary as a noon attendant. Then I moved over to Franklin and worked at Franklin for a few years as a noon attendant. And then I moved to Kittredge as a noon attendant originally in 2010. I began working as a TA, or a teacher's assistant, in 2nd grade in 2012. And then proceeded to work as a TA for a couple of years and went to Cambridge College Night School to get my master's in education, grades 1 through 6, at the urging of Mr. Cushing, which was a little intimidating at first, but probably the best thing I've ever done. I have been working in 2nd grade for many, many years. I was mentored by Laurie Rotler, the original 2nd grade teacher at Kittredge Elementary. She was a wonderful mentor, and I was lucky to have her. My kids all attended Kittredge, Sargent and Kittredge. I had known about Kittredge when my kids were attending Sargent, and I knew what a fabulous school it was. I knew that the teachers there were incredible, and when we were redistricted, I was thrilled. Not because I had any lack of appreciation for Sargent, but I knew that what we were going to was just as good. My kids have all graduated from North Andover Public Schools. I am a huge advocate for North Andover Public Schools. I am aware that the teachers work harder and longer hours than people think. I believe that we are a collaborative team here at Kittredge, and we work well together, and we help each other out. I can't say enough about this school and its leadership. It's a very positive place. It's a nurturing, but yet you work hard and you learn continuously. Different methods for teaching the kids, different approaches, and the whole idea is to reach every kid in the classroom through whatever ways you need to do so. I have to say it's been an honor to work with these teachers. I'm very proud of working at Kittredge Elementary School, and that's all.
Kerry Flaherty is an art teacher at Kittredge, however has filled many roles for the district. In her first year with North Andover Public Schools, she was a TA here in 1B, working directly with the therapeutic program that we have here. She actually knows art therapy. She also was an art teacher that first year here at Kittredge and at the ABECC. She also taught one music class at the ABECC. In year 2, again, she worked here as a TA as well as an art teacher. In year 3, she was an art teacher here at Kittredge, and she also worked for the online academy as an art teacher and a librarian. This year, in year 4, she is an art teacher for us here at Kittredge, also a part-time librarian, and does some library work for Atkinson and Thompson. Kerry also runs many after-school programs for us, as well as summer art programs. Kerry is an exemplary art teacher who has dedicated her professional life to teaching students that everyone can be an artist, and most of all, critical thinkers. She does this in an unassuming, gentle, and nurturing manner that encourages students to stretch their thinking, follow their curiosity, and strive for excellence in all that they do. As she works with students, Kerry shares her belief in each child's ability, and as a result, each one sees him or herself as a successful artist and valued as an individual. Kerry's overall contribution to the Kittredge Elementary School has been extremely impressive. She is always available and open when teachers or parents want to try out a new idea. Her cooperative manner and collaborative spirit make her a valued member of our school community. Kerry goes out of her way to assist colleagues and to lend a helping hand. She is a well-respected member of the Kittredge Elementary faculty, and we all appreciate the effort she puts into making our school vibrant, attractive, and alive.
My name is Kerry Flaherty. My main school is Kittredge. I'm the art teacher here, but this year I've also joined the library team here at Kittredge, also at Atkinson and Thompson. In the past, I've also taught a music class, so many roles, but art is my passion. Education background, so my dad was a teacher and my mom was an artist, and I really wanted something that was uniquely me, so of course naturally I ended up being an art teacher. I went to Mass Art and got my undergrad in animation and Salem State for my master's in art education. I love working here in North Andover because we are a larger district, so there are actually other specialists at my level to collaborate with, which is unique because not many districts do. Sometimes you're on your own little island. And I also love that I can see the kiddos from first grade all the way up to 5th grade, and it's a really nice time to see them grow.
Angela Saterial is actually born and raised in North Andover, Massachusetts. She formerly was a Sergeant Shock, but of course, like we all tell her, we do not hold that against her. She went to Endicott College for her bachelor's degree, and then Merrimack College for her master's. Angela is a dual certified teacher, teaching now in our 2nd, 3rd grade combination class. She has elementary and moderate disabilities licenses. She began as a substitute teacher in September of 2017. She student taught with Grace Murphy in the spring of 2018 and was hired as a 3rd grade classroom teacher, her first year being 2018 to 19. She began the 2nd, 3rd grade combination language-based classroom in 2020 and is in her 4th year with us right now and in that same classroom. This year she took on a new role as our SCL FCI, and it's really nice that she is taking on these leadership roles. She has volunteered in a lot of extracurricular activities. She's volunteered and assisted with our Grapes singing group. And like we all like to say, before you become a raisin here, you must stop being a grape. She has helped in the Wizard of Oz production, guitar club, robotics, as well as running a 3 through 5 Destination Imagination group. Angela has immersed herself into the life of the school. She has taken on responsibilities beyond her role as a classroom teacher. Angela has been essential in assisting in the creation of a positive school climate, as well as assuming a leadership role as the FCI. Her time at school is spent not only on her impeccable planning for instruction, but also with colleagues discussing strategies and techniques for better classroom. She has taken her role as a team player very seriously. Her work with both her students and peers is superlative. Angela demonstrates excellent classroom management. She captures the attention of her students and holds it throughout the class. Angela's soft-spoken, low-key, and positive demeanor helps her to be successful in this regard. The students only hear positive remarks on the onset of her class, feel welcomed, and are ready to give Angela their attention. Angela's style of management is one that is subtle and effective. Angela's practice is to frame her direction in positive statements and implicit assumption that her students will be successful learners. She treats students with obvious respect and established clear expectations for their behavior. This is evident and the transitions that occur in her lessons. There is no wasted time, no constant reminders of where they should go or what they should be doing. The children go about their work with enthusiasm and a sense of purpose. Angela, we just want to let you know that you are no longer a shark, but a full-fledged kangaroo. And that's coming from me, the captain.
Hi, my name is Angela Saterial. I am a second, third grade classroom teacher here at Kittredge. I received my bachelor's degree from Endicott College and my master's degree from Merrimack College. I began here at Kittredge doing my student teaching. I am very proud to work here in North Andover because it is my hometown and it's where I grew up. I'm so thankful for my colleagues and my coworkers who support and encourage me every single day.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Leahy. I'm the principal of the Annie L. Sargent School. Delighted to be here to honor two wonderful teachers that are receiving professional status at Sargent School. But before I begin, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge and congratulate my dear friend and a mentor I worked with for years at the high school, Mary Gregoire. A Hall of Famer indeed, Mary. Congratulations, well deserved. The first teacher that I would like to speak about is Mrs. Downey, Michelle Downey. She's a special education teacher at Sargent School. And some of the words that our colleagues have shared at school in knowing Michelle, both as a special education teacher, but also a parent of twins that just left to go up to the middle school, which is tricky to be a teacher in a school and be a parent of those students as well. And Michelle did it seamlessly by having a pulse on the progress of her kids, but also being a professional and working with colleagues. Some of the comments they have said about Michelle is what a true team player she is. One teacher told me she makes me a better teacher by working with Michelle Downey. She's all in it for the right reasons for the kids and has a real intuitiveness and a work ethic that is unmatched. Both Deb Holman, our special education administrator, we rely on Michelle. Her instincts are solid and her heart is always in the right place. She just is a selfless team player and teacher that it personifies what good teaching and caring about kids is. And I'm so delighted, Michelle, that you're here. I hope you have a long and stellar career. I couldn't picture you anywhere else but being a Sargent Shark. Congratulations, well deserved.
Hi, my name is Michelle Downey. I'm a special education teacher at the Sargent School. I graduated from the University of New Mexico for my undergraduate, go Lobos, and I got my master's at Fitchburg State in special education. I was in sales for 15 years and then decided to become a teacher. And I chose North Andover because I live in North Andover and I'm raising a family in North Andover, so I really wanted to make a difference in the community in which I live. Thank you.
The next teacher I'd like to speak about is Justine Mento. Justine is a special education teacher and is the captain of the ship in our learning skills grades 3 through 5 program here at Sargent School. And again, someone else that I feel should have become a professional status teacher 3 years ago because of the great instincts that Justine shares. Her love of kids is as big as this building and her heart shows every day. She is one that comes in early and stays late. She has a marvelous spirit about her of camaraderie and team building for some of the largest staff of teaching assistants that she supervises and manages within her classroom, and does it in such a team approach where everyone feels included and valued for all that they bring to the kids. So it's a win for the staff, but it's more importantly a win for our students and our parents as well, that Justine does a marvelous job. She's enormously talented in her communication and thoroughness in addressing each and every one of her students in her care. And even the follow-up. We had some students leave to go to the middle school, and Justine's following them there. Both these women have hearts as big as the building. I couldn't imagine our building without them in it. And I just congratulate you on a well-deserved recognition as a teaching professional status teacher.
Hi, my name is Justine Mento, and I'm a special ed teacher of the Learning Skills program at Sargent Elementary School. I graduated from Plymouth State University with a degree in education, and then I received my master's in special education through American International College. I was born and raised in North Andover and went through the public school system here myself, so it's so nice to be back here working and giving back to the community, and I hope to do so for many years to come.
Hello, I am Christopher Raymond, the proud principal at the private Albert E. Thompson Elementary School. I have the honor and pleasure to introduce 4 outstanding Thompson educators receiving professional teaching status this year. In no particular order, I will begin with Miss Kimberly Burke. Kim Burke is a 2nd grade teacher at Thompson. We were so fortunate to find Kim out of a pool of 280 applicants. I remember the day when I offered the job to Kim. She indicated she wanted to take a day to think about it. Generally, it's the candidate who is nervous, but in this case, I was the nervous principal awaiting her call and hoping she would accept the position at our school. Kim is one of the first people into school each day. She holds her kids and herself to high standards and cares very much that each of her students is successful. She is extremely well organized, very reflective, and diligent in her professional development. Kim really strives to be an excellent teacher for her students. Her colleagues find her to be resourceful, thorough, and they really look up to her. Kim has been a great resource on our school RAISE team, and as her principal, I am excited to work with her moving forward. She is a very valued team member here at Thompson, and I know her students are in good hands each and every day.
I'm Kim Burke, and I am a 2nd grade teacher at the Thompson Elementary School. I graduated from undergraduate and graduate school at the University of Connecticut. And the reason that I chose to work in North Andover is because I appreciate the strength of the community. Especially after these past couple of years, it's been really powerful to see how all the teachers and the administrators and the families and other members of the town and community have come together to really band and support all of the students in our schools. And I'm looking forward to continuing to do that work together this year and as long as I'm here.
Shauna Levin is the adjustment counselor for our Tier 3 Social Emotional Thrive program. Our program began 4 years ago, and we were thrilled that we were able to hire Shauna from the mental health setting. Her mental health experience was just what our new program needed. Shauna is an excellent listener, compassionate person, and highly supportive. She is everything you would want in a counselor for the students and as a work colleague. Her colleagues always feel they can reach out to her. They describe her as always willing to help, caring, patient, and flexible. Everyone knows that the kids in Thrive love Miss Shauna. Finally, if you ever need an interior decorator, Shauna is the one to call. She probably would win the award each year for the best office at Thompson. It is a real pleasure to work with Shauna, and I have been so proud of her growth over these past 4 years as she has transitioned from the mental health setting to public school.
Hi, my name is Shauna Levin. I am the School Adjustment Counselor for the District's Social Emotional Learning Thrive program here at Thompson Elementary School. To give you a little bit of background about myself and my education, I went to the University of Tampa and got my bachelor's in counseling as well as criminology. I then moved back home and went to Salem State University for my master's degree in mental health counseling. One thing that made me gravitate towards the North Andover school system was the reputation of the close-knit community that also had a district focus on social emotional learning. This group of educators alongside me have had a very, dare I say, unprecedented start to our time in North Andover, where every year has had a significant events or events where we've had to come together as the greater school community and district. Days within our first year, there were the Merrimack Valley gas explosions. Then year 2 was the start of the COVID-19 pandemic that we're still experiencing now at the start of year 4. It has been very uplifting and encouraging to experience the way our school and greater North Andover community has pulled together during these trying times and have really put students' social emotional needs first, which of course I'm all about being a counselor. I'm looking forward to continuing to work for the district, advocating for our students, and reinforcing the need and benefits that come from social emotional learning, being at the forefront to educating and meeting the needs of our students. Thank you.
Julie LeBlanc has served as our speech and language pathologist at Thompson. She is at the middle school for the current school year, and we look forward to having her back next year. I had the pleasure of knowing Julie back when I was principal in Chelmsford. When she applied and was hired in North Andover to join our team, I was thrilled because I knew we were getting a top-notch SLP. She has a tremendous amount of experience and does an expert job developing goals and objectives for her students. She is excellent about articulating test results in meetings and really puts parents at ease. As an SLP, she has taught me a lot over time about the unique needs of the students she serves. Julie is always willing to lend a hand at school to help others and is a very positive presence among the staff. She really knows her stuff, and it shows in the success of her kids.
Hi everyone, my name is Judy LeBlanc. I am a speech and language pathologist. I have been at the Thompson Elementary School for 3 years, and this is my 4th year. I am at the North Andover Middle School part-time. I went to Boston University undergrad, and then I went to Northeastern for my master's. And after that, I taught at a middle school in Gloucester for 1 year for my clinical practicum year, and then I was in Chelmsford for, I want to say, 8 or 9 years at 2 elementary schools there. And while I loved it, I really didn't feel like I had a sense of community because I was always bouncing back and forth between schools and canceling on one school to go to another school for meetings, and I didn't feel like I had a home. Interestingly, Chris Raymond was my principal in Chelmsford for quite a few years, and he came over to North Andover, which was where I had just purchased a home. So when I heard that there was a position available at his school, I absolutely wanted to apply. I went through the whole process and did the, I'm sure we all remember doing those test runs where we had the kids with us, and it was quite nerve-wracking, but I was super excited when I was offered the job. I was able to then work in my hometown and start kind of setting roots down. So it was really exciting, and I love that I work where I live. I have met people through so many different avenues, right? Like I have my children at Sargent and the ABECC. I worked at Thompson, and now I'm at the middle school. So I feel really connected to this community, which is exactly what I had been missing at Chelmsford. I love it here. I'm blessed that this is where I get to work and live. And yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Jess Maley currently serves as an inclusion special education teacher at Thompson. She actually began as a special education teacher in Thrive and was instrumental in helping shape the program in its first 2 years. With a background in a collaborative school setting, working with students who had multiple challenges, she was the right person for the job. Jess is very hardworking, conscientious, and always thinking about her students and how she can best help them. For me, I know she always wants to do a great job for her students. Her colleagues describe her as resourceful and consistently willing to share resources. They feel she is an excellent teammate in our special education program and really notices when things aren't working for her students. Jess continues to do a great job with modifying curriculum for her students, and I appreciate how much she does for the students that she serves each day.
Hello everyone, I'm George Gonzalez, proud principal of North Andover Middle School, and I have the distinct privilege and honor of recognizing 5 amazing teachers who have all earned professional status. Danielle Antea, congratulations on earning professional status. Thank you for always giving 110% to our students, staff, and community. Thank you for educating our students about peer pressure, puberty, and all that comes with the middle school years. I'm amazed and appreciate how hard you work to constantly look for new ways to engage your students and develop activities that are engaging and accessible for all learners. I shouldn't be surprised considering that your mom taught health too. The skills and passion must run in a family. Your colleagues describe you as outgoing, fun, creative, organized, empathetic, and caring. They appreciate your organizational and scheduling skills and don't mind when you bake some goodies for the staff either. As a former soccer player at Holy Cross, Danielle knows what it means to be part of a team, and we are fortunate to have her on our team. Congratulations, Danielle.
Hi, I'm Danielle Antea. I'm the health teacher here at NAPS. I'm originally from Connecticut. I went to Daniel Hand High School in Madison. After graduating there, I went to Holy Cross in Worcester, graduated with the class of 2007, Go Crusaders, and then did my graduate program at UMass Amherst and got my master's in public health. After 6 years of teaching in Everett Public Schools, I decided to apply for a position here in North Andover. And what really attracted me to working in this community is the commitment to health and wellness for all students. The amount of programming and classes offered here at the middle school is like no other system that I have ever heard of. So that was really exciting for me. So I appreciate the opportunity to work with everyone here and am honored to be a part of the North Andover Public School community.
Sandra Christensen, congratulations on earning professional status. You are one of the most nurturing, patient teachers I have ever worked with. You are so calm, yet advocate strongly when needed. You are quiet, yet your voice is not ignored. And you are patient, yet assertive when necessary. You have an amazing ability to connect with and understand the needs of students who are unable to speak for themselves and be their own advocate. Your job is a selfless one, which demands you meet the educational and physical needs of your students in collaboration with families. You are able to foster a unique partnership with families, often assisting them in the support and development of their children with physical and cognitive needs. Thank you for being an inspiration for all of us, and thank you for making sure your students, our students, are part of the rich tapestry that is our school community. Congratulations, Sandra.
I'm Sandra Christensen, the multiple supports teacher at NAMS. I got my undergraduate degree from Suffolk University in psychology, and then I went on to get my master's degree from Cambridge College in special education. The thing I like best about working in North Andover Public Schools is how everybody collaborates together and works as a team to do what's best for every student every day.
Rich Manzi, congratulations on earning professional status. You are that cool middle school teacher that the kids love because you can relate to them. Crush them in one-on-one basketball, remember Nature's Classroom 3 years ago, and make math accessible to all of them. Your strength-based approach to teaching allows every student to feel like they can do math and even get it. You have always been open to new ideas and methods, which is a sign of a great teacher. As a former shortstop at St. A's and a baseball coach at the high school, you understand the importance of team. Your students and colleagues love you for good reason. Rich's own team is about to get bigger as he eagerly awaits his first child. As an Oreo aficionado, I would just ask that you hold off on feeding your kid Oreos for a while. Thanks for being part of our team, Rich, and congratulations.
Hi, my name is Richard Manzi, and I teach 8th grade math over at NAMS. I grew up in Plymouth, New Hampshire, went to St. Anselm College, and then I got my master's at UMass Lowell. I love pretty much everything about the NAMS community, especially all of my colleagues that I've had the opportunity to work with over the past few years. A specific shout out to Team 8C, who have helped carry me through my first 3+ years here. And I'm just very grateful to be a part of this NAMS community and have the opportunity to work here. So thank you.
Laura Stevens, congratulations on earning professional status. Laura is a dedicated counselor who is not only clinically astute, but also has a unique ability to connect with students from diverse backgrounds. Before coming to NAMS, she worked at the Youth Center, developing her skills working with students, which she was easily able to transfer to her work at NAMS. She goes above and beyond to support students and their families in a multitude of ways, connecting families to the resources in the community and working with her students to determine exactly what they need socially and emotionally in order to be successful. She has great ideas, is very organized, has a great sense of humor, and a great work ethic. As a new mom, she is well prepared to deal with the demands of home and school. Enjoy your time at home with Olivia, and thank you for being part of our family too. Congratulations, Laura.
Hi, my name is Laura Stevens, and I'm the School Adjustment Counselor in the Focus Program at North Andover Middle School. I got my bachelor's degree in psychology from Merrimack College, which is how I ended up in North Andover, and then I did my master's degree in clinical mental health counseling at Lesley University. During my time in grad school, I did an internship at the high school with Pete Kincannon and Steve Nugent and had an awesome experience, and then I had a great year working at the Youth Center for Rick Gorman as the support services coordinator. During that time, I got to know the town and the kids and families really well. So when the opportunity came up to work at the middle school, I was really happy to be able to continue working in North Andover. It's been a great 3 years at NAMS, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone again when I come back from maternity leave in January.
Gina Diachisen, congratulations on earning professional status. Thank you for being so good at what you do and for helping everyone around you be the best self they can be. You build amazing rapport with students, staff, and families. Your excellent communication and organizational skills allow you to balance the many needs of students and staff. In getting to know your students, you know best how they learn and what they need. Your colleagues benefit greatly from this knowledge as you advise them in planning engaging and accessible lessons for our students. Simply put, you bring out the best in everyone, Gina. I hope that you are still able to find time to play with Murphy, your dog, and root for your favorite team, the Bruins. Congratulations, Gina.
Hi, my name is Chet Jackson, and I'm the proud principal of North Andover High School. I'm here to recognize 3 of our staff members that have achieved professional status as we continue on with the 2021-2022 school year. Lauren Zames. Lauren Zames joined our special education department following a year in our math department as a Merrimack Fellow. Lauren's supervisor, Paula Sexton, shared the following. When I think of Lauren, I think about her flexibility, consistency, and reliability. Lauren is always available for her colleagues and, more importantly, for her students, especially during the COVID years in hybrid models. Lauren supported students after school for executive functioning skills to help them stay on track with their schoolwork. Lauren supports students outside the classroom as well. She goes to cheer them on at their games or music and theater events. Lauren had so many talents and skills to share, and she stepped up each and every year. ELA department coordinator and teacher Jenny Paradise added that Lauren's a great liaison for students. She knows the students on her caseload really well and gets to know all the teachers. She finds that Lauren will often come around and just check in with her about students on her caseload, give important background information, any tips she's learned in working with her students, and just open up the lines of communication before Ms. Paradise may have to reach out to a family with any concerns. We are extremely fortunate to have such a smart, caring, and exceptional teacher here at North Andover High School. Congrats to Lauren Zames.
Hi, my name is Lauren Zames. I'm a special ed math teacher at North Andover High School. For my undergrad, I studied math at Westfield State University. For grad school, I went to Merrimack to study moderate disabilities. And my favorite thing about North Andover is the community. I love the team that I work with. I love the special ed department and the math department. I work in both. But overall, I love everyone that's here. We all get along really well.
Costanza Schiller. Costanza joined our North Andover High School German department for her first teaching position. World Language Department Coordinator Chris Carroll shared that Costanza had never been in an American public school before we hired her to teach at the high school. Bright, adaptive, and resourceful, she absorbed the essential elements of the public school culture and dove into curriculum development from the first few months. Costanza authored a top-quality new German curriculum. Accommodating and collegial, she collaborates regularly and adapts her curriculum in French and German as she learns new activities from fellow teachers. Her colleague, Mr. Bruno, says of her, she is awesome, supportive, and helpful. She brings expertise in film and technology to the department. Costanza is building back the German program. Her willingness to induct students into the National German Honor Society and to plan to take students to Germany is pushing numbers in our German program up. Costanza is also our head swim coach. She is truly a Renaissance woman. Congrats to Costanza Schiller.
Hallo, guten Tag. My name is Constanze Schiller. I am the German and French teacher at North Andover High School. I'm also the swim coach for the girls and boys team. My background, my educational background, I did my undergrad in Germany, back in Berlin. I studied media studies and German, then went to UMass Amherst, also studied German literature, and as my TA-ship I was teaching, so I realized I love teaching, so I switched also to education. And I really love the North Andover community. For the German program, we're like a small, close community, and I feel like the bigger North Andover community really welcomes us. I love that the people are super open. They have so many interests, not just in sports, but in culture. And I love working with my colleagues. The World Language Department is really close. We're helping each other out all the time. And also collaborating with other departments, interdisciplinary. That's what I really like working here.
John Sarabia. John Sarabia joined our science department after retiring from teaching at the college level. He has been a welcome addition to our science department and chemistry team. He uses his background and wisdom to teach chemistry on a part-time basis. With the transition to our new schedule, John has also created an astronomy elective that has shown to be quite popular in its first year. John's wit, humor, and willingness to connect to his students are appreciated by the members of our high school community. Congrats to John Sarabia.
Hi, my name is John Sarabia. I'm a science teacher at the high school. This year I'm teaching chemistry in a new class I just started, astronomy. It's a fascinating subject and it changes every day. I graduated from Boston College High School and I got my undergrad at UMass Boston. And I went to graduate school at both Brandeis and at Boston University. I've enjoyed my time here at North Andover. The administration has been very supportive of my needs, and I enjoy working with the kids and have been very respectful and a pleasure to teach. Thank you.
This concludes my remarks for our North Andover High School staff that received professional teaching status. I'd like to pass along my congratulations to all of the teachers from all of the North Andover Public Schools and to our honored Educator Hall of Fame inductee, Mary Gregoire from North Andover High School. It's great to see such a wonderful and passionate human recognized for her many years of positively impacting students. Congrats to Mary and her wonderful family.
I'm thrilled that Mary Julie Gregoire is being inducted into the North Andover Educator Hall of Fame. Mary was a valued and respected member of the North Andover School District for over 35 years. During that time, I had the opportunity to view and appreciate Mary's commitment to teaching and to the students of North Andover through a variety of lenses. First, as a fellow teacher at North Andover High School, then as assistant principal and an administrator at North Andover High School, and finally as assistant superintendent for teaching and learning. As a high school English teacher, English department chair, and finally as humanities coordinator for the district, Mary was a well-respected educational leader with a strong record of success. She served as chair of the New England Association Schools and Colleges Steering Committee, organizing the North Andover High School self-study process and preparing for accreditation back in 2007. And as the humanities coordinator, Mary was able to use her leadership skills and extensive experience to provide support and share best practices with educators pre-K through 12. Most importantly, Mary was a teacher and administrator who cared very deeply about students. Mary set high standards for herself and for her students. She inspired her students to challenge themselves, and she was tireless in her support of their efforts, wanting the very best for each and every one of her students. Not only was Mary well respected by the students at North Andover High School, but she was also a beloved teacher and mentor to students. She was the type of teacher that students felt comfortable going to for academic, social, and emotional support. Her support for students didn't end in the classroom. Mary served as a class advisor to countless classes throughout her years at North Andover High School. In closing, Mary was an outstanding teacher and mentor. The positive impact she had on thousands of students over the years in the North Andover Public Schools is beyond measure. It is with great honor to now introduce the newest member of the North Andover Educator Hall of Fame, Mary Julie Gregoire. Congratulations.
I can't tell you how honored I feel to be inducted into the Educators Hall of Fame, joining the likes of Arthur Fagetta, Tom McGowan, John Minahan, Judy Hillner, Jerry Sanford, and a host of others. Thank you, Arlene Distel, Kerry Caffrey, and Dr. Gilligan, and the members of the school committee who made this possible. North Andover has been a special place for me as I grew up near the library, attended the high school, did my student teaching here, and met my husband on the first day of orientation in 1978. As I began my career, I was mentored by and taught with some of the best professionals in the field. Additionally, all three of my children attended North Andover High School. In fact, my roots here are so strong that at a St. Patrick's Day party at Eileen Sharkey's home, when someone asked me where I lived, I immediately replied North Andover. Then my husband said, except for the past 14 years when she's been living with me in Methuen. I love teaching as much as I love this town. In fact, if I had to live my life over again, I would still be a teacher. This year, my daughter Kate, who teaches 4th grade in Haverhill, received her doctoral degree, and her dissertation, which was supported in this district, focused on compassion fatigue, the stress teachers feel when they take on the trauma the children in their classroom face. She explored the methods teachers find most helpful when dealing with it. Although Kate began her research before the pandemic, the obstacles teachers faced while dealing with COVID have only exacerbated their stress. One of her main findings is that teachers need to regularly find ways to revisit their purpose for entering the field. I know that most teachers' purpose is to make a difference in the lives of children. So I want to tell you a story. I was a sophomore at the high school being raised by a single out-of-work mother. I was the shy, nerdy kid who threw myself into schoolwork, smiled at everyone I met, and went home immediately after school, never letting what my home life was like known. One day, I was called into Tom Power's office. At the time, he was the director of guidance. My uncle, Richard Hillner, who was on the school committee, had told him about my family's situation. Mr. Powers sat me down and told me he knew what was going on at home and asked me if I wanted to go to college. Because of my family's situation, I knew college was not a possibility. But he told me that if I kept up my grades and joined every team and extracurricular activity possible, he would make college possible for me. Now, anyone who knows me knows that I do not have an athletic bone in my body. But Bev Delaney let me manage her field hockey and softball teams. John Minahan appointed me as an editor of the yearbook, and I became one of the student advisors to the school committee. Then came senior year. Each morning I watched Mr. Powers, who was losing his battle to cancer, enter the building to do his work. He passed away in the fall of that year. 2 months after he died, I received a full tuition scholarship to Merrimack College and was able to pursue my dream of becoming a teacher. He directed the trajectory of my life, as well as the lives of many others. Teachers make a difference, and they have to know that each and every day when they face their students. Another finding in Kate's dissertation is that teachers find it difficult to bring their issues home to find solutions, because reliving the cause of the stress can make it worse. And often the people at home don't have a complete understanding of the situation. Instead, they need strong support among their colleagues who will be there to listen and give honest criticism and positive feedback while being empathetic. I had that support throughout my career. It began when I student taught under Bert Noyes, Jerry Sanford, and Tony Reynolds, all wonderful teachers and friends. It continued in my early years, teaching with mentors like Leonard D. Simone and Enid Allen, as well as great colleagues and friends like Bob Bennett, my husband Paul, John DeFlumery, Diane Bassett, Bob Parker, Billy Boutlier, Mary Kluber, Paul Spatafor, Tim Troy, and Mike McVeigh. North Andover High School was my home, and we were a family. As the years went on, new and wonderful people like Kerry Caffrey, Christy Morley, Sarah Dow, Meg Pinkston, and Connor Meehan, just to name a few, joined the staff and brought new research, new perspective, and ideas into the field. I learned from them, felt their energy, and enjoyed continued support. In my last years, the English department was a cohesive group working to give the best education possible to the students. Then as curriculum coordinator, I had the opportunity to work with a wonderful team, including Ann Joyce, Jackie Taylor, and Carol Larkham. The findings also highlight the fact that teachers also need strong support from guidance and the administration. They need their administrators to validate them, understand the difficulties they face in the classroom on a daily basis, and offer support, suggestions, and encouragement. I received that kind of support from the likes of Greg Gilligan, Lorene Marks, Steve Nugent, and Chet Jackson. And finally, we come to the most important aspect of teaching, the students and the need for teachers to focus on each and every one of them, to form connections and relationships with them, and to understand who they are and what they're dealing with in their lives. The grade level and the subject taught are only secondary to the bond formed. They are why we are here. They are our purpose. They are the Arlene Uzinski Distells of the world, who went on to become a university professor and later nominated her English teacher for this award. They are the Erin and Kerry Caffreys, the Deb Dalys, the Lisa Jensens, the Greg Gilligans, the Rick Delkais, the Barbara Kellys, the Mary Tracys, the Ellen Peters, the Amy Rapones, the Deb Calligys, the Steve Nugents, the Mary Beth Susies, and Mary Lou Connors, who go through here and come back to teach in the town they love. They are the multitude we send out into the world to make a difference, because we have made a difference in their lives. To conclude, thank you all for this honor, but it really belongs to all of the teachers, mentors, administrators, and students along the way who molded me into the person I am today. Thank you so much.
That concludes our presentation. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you came away appreciating the work our teachers and staff do every day to meet the needs of our students and each other. We'll see you all next year for another celebration of our staff, past and present. In the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.